Nurses from two Steward-owned hospitals are testifying before a Senate committee investigating the company's bankruptcy. At the end of last month, Steward shut down Courtney Hospital in Dorchester and Neshoba Valley Medical Center in Ayer. Audra Sprague was a nurse at Neshoba, and she told the committee that Steward repeatedly put profits over patients, and the closure has only made things worse.
The Steward's greed has put lives at risk, and their action is going to kill people. And it's left a complete hole in our community that, despite the warnings and pleas, nothing's been done to stop them. They have unchecked greed across the board, and it's not just a business failure, it's a human tragedy waiting to happen in our region.
Steward CEO Ralph De La Torre ignored a congressional subpoena and refused to attend the hearing. WBZ's Beth Germano is following that story along with how it's affecting local patients on WBZ News, and that's all beginning at 5. But here's a look at some of the other stories we're following for you today.
I'm Tiffany Chan in front of the State House in Boston. There's a ballot question coming up, Ballot Question 5, that could change the way restaurant workers, bartenders, waitresses get tipped and get paid in the future. So tell me what you think about this. Should minimum wage be even for tipped workers as well? Right now they're making a fraction of the minimum wage in hopes that those tips that they get will help them even out the score, will level the playing field for them. There is a Ballot Question 5. Supporters are saying, well, they should be making the full minimum wage just like everybody else, and the tips that they get should be pooled among other restaurant workers. Some bartenders say that will cut into their bottom line at the end of the day. They make a bulk of their money from tips. Tell me what you think.
You may be wondering why I'm sitting here in Brighton next to a parking spot with no vehicle in it. Well, that's because there used to be a car here, and all that's left are these little pieces of glass. That's because someone broke through the window to steal a handicap placard inside. The person that belongs to spoke with us. She has a long list of ailments, which is the reason that she needs that handicap placard to help her get closer to where she needs to go on a daily basis. Now, she also has to pay a $500 deductible to the insurance company to fix the car because of what happened. When she spoke to detectives, they told her this seems to be a growing problem of people stealing handicap placards. We know parking in Boston is difficult, but it can't possibly be worth committing a crime. Later on our newscast, you'll hear from her and her plea for awareness about what's going on.
Police in Rockland need your help. Come take a look at your screen here. They're trying to find the driver of this white Audi SUV. Now, they say the driver took off after hitting a pedestrian, and this all happened yesterday around 4:30 in the area of Crescent Street. We're told the person that was hit did not have serious injuries, but Rockland police are still asking anyone with information to call them. And in Somerville, police are investigating a separate pedestrian accident that sent a man to the hospital. Several police officers responded to the scene. This is around 9 in the morning on Broadway in Somerville. Right now, we do not know the extent of the man's injuries. We turn now to a look out over the city of Boston here. We're going to get there, I promise you. We're still looking at this pedestrian accident scene here, but what I can tell you is that the weather has been beautiful. If you haven't been outside this week, there is still a chance. We want to get you over to next weather meteorologist Alyssa Andrews for a look at your forecast.
Another beautiful day in Boston. Again, 75 degrees on the current air temperatures. Winds right now at 6 miles per hour, so the winds are calming down a little bit. We'll notice the dew points starting to rise just a touch, but still very manageable, comfortable feel to the air right now. Our current temperature is in the mid-70s, so we're starting to warm up a little bit quicker than we did this time yesterday. The morning hours certainly started off warmer for us as well, and we are well on our way to high temperatures in the upper 70s and low 80s. Dew points in the 50s right now, so comfortable dry air overhead. And these next several hours do have the Boston area getting close to that 80-degree mark. We'll be right on the bubble, and then we drop to temperatures in the 50s overnight. So it'll be a nice mild evening ahead and a good start to the day tomorrow. If you're heading out to Fenway tonight, temperature is going to be really nice. It's going to be in the lower 80s, upper 70s for game time. So a lot of good weather, dry weather coming up, and that lasts all through the weekend and even into next week. We'll be talking about that in our forecast here in just a bit.